Welcome to Chelmsford High School. Welcome back to students who are returning, and welcome to all our new students. I'm Steve Murray, the principal. I know this year will look different than most years. However, we still have a lot of fun and exciting things planned for you. We're ready to go for clubs and activities. Sports and athletics are ready to go. So keep your ear out for announcements. We want you to participate. The more you participate, the better our school is. So once again, welcome back. We can't wait to see you.
Hey, Chelmsford High School students. Dean Lyons here. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about our sources of support here at Chelmsford High School, especially within the house model. First, for each house, there will be an entry point and an exit point. You need to follow those signs explicitly as you enter and exit the house. As you know, we have 2 counselors for each house. Those counselors are here for a variety of different supports like scheduling, post-secondary planning, social emotional support, issues or concerns with family or friends, or personal struggles. It's important that you reach out if you're encountering any of these issues. Make sure that you see your counselor. In light of what's going on with COVID, most of these will be by appointment and could potentially be virtual appointments, but if there's an emergency while you're here at school, your counselor or school psychologist will certainly see you. Once again, the secretaries here for each house will be seeing you if you're tardy. So if you come in late to school on your day, on your cohort day, please check in with your house secretary because we'll be tracking tardies and absences. If you have an absent note, make sure you pass that in as well when you're here in person. So we're looking forward to working with you this year. Make sure you're following all these new protocols for the hallways, for the entry points into the house and the exits, and make sure you're reaching out if you need some support or assistance throughout the course of the year. Thank you.
Hey everybody, it's Dean Blagg again. Just wanted to check in with you on a few things regarding what's different this year compared to our virtual or remote learning from the spring. In the spring, a lot of it was pass-fail, and attendance wasn't mandatory at a specific time. And that was basically because we're learning as we were going and responding to the pandemic as it happened. Now that we've had a few months to kind of figure things out, we will be having regularly scheduled classes when you're not in school and you're in the remote setting. There will be specific class times that you need to be logged in, and attendance will be mandatory, and passing the course will be tied to your attendance like it always is. So that's a big difference from last year. The other thing is it's very important that we're active learners. All right, when you are virtual, when you are remote, that you are actively engaged, and then if you need help, you ask for it. A lot of the assignments that you do in class or homework that you pass in or projects that you pass in, it's very, very important that it's representative of your work. Academic integrity is very, very important. We want to make sure that what you pass into your teachers represents what you know and what you can do. It's very important that you have that academic integrity. We do not want any sharing of things that shouldn't be shared. We need to know what you can do. So that's one of the big differences between last spring when the pandemic just started and what learning is going to be like online this year.
All right, CHS, now we're going to talk a little bit about our hallway travel, our stairway use, and some other safety items we've put in place this year for the school year. So as you can see, I'm going up this staircase. There are 2 main staircases that are up and 2 main that are down. So just make sure you follow the signage when you come to school. As you start to travel through the hallways, you'll see one-way signs, and we'll actually have a couple pit stops as we go. All the bathrooms are going to be 2 people per bathroom. For now, as you walk in, if there's 2 people in there, please wait outside. There'll be spaces on the floor. If there are not 2 people in there, please go in and use it. Make sure you socially distance, and obviously wash your hands when you're done. We're going to head through some of the hallways now as we travel. We're heading down the Whittier wing. The Whittier wing, there's obviously arrows on the floor, there's arrows on the wall, and we're going to take ourselves all the way down to the wing and stay in the same direction. So during transition times, this is when we have to use these traffic patterns. We have to go these directions. Everyone's going to be moving in the same direction to be able to get to their next course. The bubblers I forgot to mention as you walk by, we will have the water filling stations, but we will not be using the actual bubblers where you put your mouth to the faucet or to the spigot. When you leave your classroom at the end of class when the bell rings, you're going to either be taking a right or taking a left, depending on what side of the hall you're on, and we're all going to be moving in the same direction. This way we keep all the traffic flowing in the same direction to get to our next class. We do have an extended amount of time in between classes for this travel, and for our older students, it brings back a little bit of passing time or lapping time that we used to enjoy tremendously. Make sure when you're traveling, you try to space yourself out and give yourself the 6 feet. And we're going to have some options to go outside when we do some of our travel. At the end of the Whittier wing, you have an option of going outside or staying inside to your next location. And then when you get to the main entrance of the building, and also when you get to the physics wing, you have to use outside travel. Here we're coming up to the end of the Whittier wing, where we enter the vestibule area. This is a down-only staircase. So we're heading down. And then I have a couple options. If I'm going to Emerson or Dickinson wing, I can travel outside this year and head towards the front of the building. Head to the front of the building, go to the Emerson or Dickinson wing, okay? If you're going to the Hawthorne wing, you can continue down and enter the Hawthorne wing, or you can go to the science wing by continuing to go down and entering the science wing to get to the first floor. So now we're going to talk about mass breaks. There's not going to be traditional, or shouldn't say traditional, there's not going to be a set time where everyone in the building is taking a mass break. If a student is requesting a mass break, he or she can ask the teacher, just like he or she would ask to use the restroom. And at that time, the student can exit the classroom. And we're going to have options where the students can come to the end of the wing. Every classroom has a wing attached to it. And at the end of the wing, they can come outside and they can socially distance in the fields or in the front sidewalk and take a mass break.
Hey everybody. So I'm here to talk about transportation. So this year, as you know, there's not going to be any buses that will drop you off or pick you up. So you're going to have to rely on your own transportation, whether being dropped off or driving yourself. If you are being dropped off, there are 2 locations I'm here to talk to you about. First is the front of the school. We've redone the front of the school. As you come down the hill here, there'll be 2 access points, 2 lanes that your parents can drop you off in. You're going to swing around the front here. You'll go around the corner here, and there'll be a point where you can be dropped off. We'll either have an individual or a cone to let you know where the drop-off point is. And at that area, you exit to the sidewalk and walk into the school. So we're at our second drop-off and pickup point. We're right here outside the pack in the gym area. So once again, in the mornings, if you're being dropped off in this area, you're going to come down the access hill from Harrington. Your parents will come all the way down, swing through this area, drop off here, and then exit following the arrows. We have arrows painted on the grounds, and then signs pointing out where to exit. So 2 drop-off areas out front, and in the back here, outside the pack gym area.
Hi guys, my name is Mr. Demers. I am the supervisor of students here at Chelmsford High School. One of the many things that I do here is give out parking passes for students. You can receive your parking pass after you fill out the Google form that will be in your emails. The Google form will require your car registration, a picture of your license, the make and model of your vehicle. Once you receive those and send them to me at demersjp@chelmsford.k12.ma.us, I will give you your parking pass either during the plus blocks or after the school has been dismissed for the day.
Cell phones. We're going to talk about our cell phone use this year at CHS. In years past, our students have known we've used like the stoplight system. If it was on red, it was no phones in the class. Yellow, there may be potential for you to use it. And then green would be you can use it, so you can kind of have it out on your desk. This year, across the board, we're going to be red in the classroom unless the teacher asks you to take it out. There are some situations where the teacher will need you to use your cell phone, but we will have devices this year with Chromebooks. So the need for cell phones for educational purposes is not as great as it was in years past. So remember, during class time, shut the phone off, put it on silent. Please put it in your pocket or your backpack. They should not be out unless the teacher instructs you to do so. I'd like to take a minute to talk about the extracurricular activities that are going to be offered this year at CHS. We just got approval that many of our clubs and activities will be running. Some may be virtual, some may be in person, but the advisors to those clubs will make information available to you all via email, via website, and things like that. So that is a plus. Make sure you do a great job of getting involved. That really makes the school community a great place when students are involved in so many different things after school, whether it's virtually or in person. Sports are going to be offered this fall. All sports right now except for football, cheerleading, and volleyball are offered. I know swim, there is some debate whether it's going to be now or a little later in the year. But sports like soccer, field hockey, cross country, I don't know if I missed any, but if I missed any, I'm sorry, will be offered this fall. Please contact Mr. Har with any specific questions, but they are set to start on Friday, September 18th.
Hey guys, it's Dean Blagg again, and we want to talk to you a little bit about the nature of this community and the importance of maintaining our values, our pride values: perseverance, respect, integrity, dedication, and empathy. These are really difficult times right now. People are feeling nervous, anxious, even scared about what's going on, apprehensive about how we're going to learn, being in hybrid or remote, you name it. There's a lot that is uncertain about these times. One of the things that's really going to help us get through this is by being really kind to one another, supporting one another. If you see someone that you know who is struggling, reach out to them, or reach out to their counselor or teacher or dean. If you see someone you're not particularly close with and you can tell they're struggling, please reach out to somebody. We need everyone to support one another. In doing so, we become stronger. All right? Isolation makes us weaker. So if you need help, ask for it. There are so many resources out there for you to do, including your classroom teacher, your peers, your school counselor, your school psychologist, your dean, of course, supervisor of students. There's so many people out there, your mentor if you're a freshman. These are the things that are going to help us get through this kind of unprecedented times. The other thing that's really important is to have a sense of community, and that means supporting one another in your different activities. The more involvement that you can get, the better it is and the more connected you feel. Do that, and this kind of weird school year can feel a little bit more normal. We can tap into our passions and we can celebrate each other. So let's band together and have a great school year. Thank you so much.
Hello, Miss Leary, school counselor in Hawthorne House. I'm one of the 6 school counselors at Chelmsford High School. The role of the school counselor, some of you already know this, but we're here to support you academically, social, emotionally, and career-wise. And we look forward to supporting you this year.
Hey guys, Miss Lima here. I'm another counselor in Hawthorne House. Welcome back. It's really important during this time of change and uncertainty that you reach out in the building. We have all your guidance counselors here. We have school psychologists here. We have the nurses. We have plus block teachers. We have a resource officer. Please, if you need anything, come to any one of us or a trusted adult in the building. We're all here for you. Welcome back.
Hi everybody, I'm Mrs. O'Neill. I have all the students A through K in Emerson House. We are so excited to see you, in person or virtually, when you come back. I want to tell you about Google Classroom. We have a Google Classroom set up for each one of your classes. Some of your upperclassmen have already signed up. For freshmen and those who haven't, we strongly encourage you to please sign up. There's lots of information for you, and we're going to keep adding information all through the year. So please make sure you sign up for your Google Classroom.
Hey everyone, Miss Kelly here. I do last names L through Z in Emerson House. It's really important coming back this fall that you establish a routine. So whether you're remote, whether you're a hybrid student, routines are extremely important. Waking up, getting a good breakfast in, looking and having a schedule set for the day. You could look at starting on Sunday nights, planning out your week, seeing how Wednesday will be a remote day for everyone. But just really making sure that you have that routine in place. It will make the learning experience a lot easier this year for you, whether we're in school, out of school, whatever that looks like. We also would recommend establishing that routine. Also, if you do have a dedicated workspace in your home, really make sure that you have your Chromebook set up, you have all the materials for when you're ready to begin the school day. Now, some of you may not have that dedicated workspace, and that is okay, but trying to find a quiet space in your home that you're able to work and do the best you can. We can't wait to see your faces, and have a great school year.
Hi everyone, I'm Mrs. Orsini and I work in Whittier House with students whose last names fall between A and K. I'm so excited to meet those of you who I haven't and to see those of you who are coming back. So welcome back, everyone. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about graduation requirements, which depending on where you're at in high school might seem a little premature. But the reason that we do this is to make sure that we help you set yourself up for success. So the classes that you must take in order to graduate from Chelmsford High School are 4 full calendar years of English, 4 full calendar years of math, and it doesn't matter if you double up in math as a sophomore or what you might do, every year you will take a math and an English. You get to take at least 3 years of a science, and most students take more than that. 3 years of history, and that would be World History 2 as a freshman, US History 1 as a sophomore, and US History 2 as a junior. Most students, or almost every student, would take 2 full years, or at least 2 full years of a world language. We'll talk to you about that as you get closer to your junior year. For seniors, you needed to have taken 2 years of a gym and either reality check or nutrition and life management back when you were a freshman. For every other grade, you must take life management skills as a freshman. You must take a sophomore gym, a junior gym, and then either nutrition or reality check when you were a senior. Students also must take at least 10 credits of a fine art, and that would fall under something like a studio art, a performing art, or a theater class, or a music class. And students need at least 5 credits of a practical art. The practical arts fall under lots of different areas. So it could be something like early childhood ed, or a business class, anything like that. There are so many things that fall under that heading. So if you have questions about that, absolutely shoot us an email or ask us. We are so excited to see you again and are sending our best wishes.
Hi everyone, Ms. Hill here. I work with students with the last names L through Z in Whittier House. This year things are going to look a little bit different in terms of making appointments, and we will be doing virtual appointments, and we will send out a link to the site that we're going to use in terms of making those appointments. We cannot wait to see you, whether that's virtually or in person, and we'll see your faces. Have a wonderful school year. Thanks.